You are listening to the Hello Sport podcast. I don't know what I'm even doing here, Eddie.
In what sense, mate?
Not like on planet Earth, not life. I mean, I don't know if I know that either.
Well, you don't.
I don't know that. I certainly don't know that. But I don't mean it in some sort of like, what am I doing here? You know, what's the meaning of life? I more mean, it's a bit different for us. We're recording this on a Wednesday afternoon for a Thursday morning, watching the Indians suck at cricket, which is nice, but like, didn't really prepare anything for this one. Usually we're prepared to the eyeballs, you know?
Oh, listen, Tom and I pride ourselves on preparation key. That's what I've always lived by, and I think that I've shown that throughout my lifetime, that I'm just a man that loves to be prepared.
Yep.
Now, out of respect to our friend Denon Camp, also now known as Trennan Camp.
Also known as the Liver King.
Also known as definitely on a cycle. Now, that's alleged, but let's be fair to him. He's now recording his show with Cam Smith on a Wednesday. We're supposed to do DMP on Wednesday. We moved DMP to Thursday. I'm all at sea. Tom's all at sea.
Yeah, we graciously stepped aside for Cam Smith. Let it be known, we could have dug our little fucking heels in and said, fuck you, Cam Smith, we're not moving. But we're not those sort of people.
Could have been Petty. Every right to be Tom Petty.
Yeah.
But I thought, listen, if you've played that many games of footy...
Not Denon. He didn't play many.
Not Dan. Well, he played... Did he even play the average? I don't even know if he made that.
Respectfully.
Listen, all due respect to Denon, but...
We didn't play any, so...
Kid was a one-season wonder.
Dude, you know what? He packed some highlights into that season.
He did. And they were all off the back of Darren Lockyer. So you take, you know, a future immortal out, and does anyone know who the fuck Denon is?
We were talking about Cam Smith, though, not Kempy, who's our dear friend.
And we laugh.
No, but listen, you rip on your mates.
That's right. If you can't rip on your mate, who can you rip on?
Cam Smith, who we allowed to do Wednesdays.
Yes. Let that be on the public record.
Yeah, we allowed.
The only reason that they're doing their fucking captain's run show on Wednesdays because we allowed it.
Yeah. It is what it is. We're gracious. But it also worked out nicely because we do about even, so it sort of helped in that sense.
It's helped. About even.
Well, it means that we just can free up the day.
About even live on our YouTube. Go check it out.
Go check it out.
Fucking terrific. Show was given a revamp. It's been rebirthed.
Welcome to our brand new co-host.
Who's a fucking legend.
Great guy. Or girl. Don't reveal it.
It's already been revealed.
Yeah, I know, but maybe some people don't know.
That's right. So go check it out. A lot of fun. High energy, high octane stuff.
Much like this beginning to the Thursday show as India reel at 5 for 56.
What?
Mate, what? I was waiting for you.
You armed it.
Yeah.
So the person that usually comes in with the fucking
No,
follow.
I've found that I'll a lot without actually having anything to say, and then that's when you'll pick things up. It's almost
Sure.
like a subtle signal to you.
Sure. Can I just predict something that... Listen, it's not a prediction, Tom, but if this was to happen, it would really fucking piss me off.
Okay.
We are watching the cricket things to KO.
Can I guess what your thing's going to be?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you and I have been in each other's heads a lot recently.
Yeah, fucking oath.
And I'd actually like Tom maybe to look into, like, if you spend time with someone for long enough, do you basically start to read each other's minds?
We're almost like... It's like cycling.
Yeah, dude. Like pedaling or like period cycling?
Period cycling.
Yeah.
But it's more of a mental one.
Yeah, it's a mental cycle. I think that you're going to say that when we have India at 5:57, what would really fuck you off is if Virat goes on to make some fucking ridiculous score and we basically lose it from here.
That wasn't what I was going to say. That would annoy me, obviously. What I was going to say is it would really fucking piss me off if we go on to win this test, win the next, and it was just a moment of sheer madness.
Oh, sweeping
To our own literal deaths that prevented a famous win in India. That would really fuck me off.
See, I hear you, but I would actually say if we go on to win the next two tests, I'll be very happy. I won't be fucked off because...
That wouldn't annoy you?
I mean, slightly. I tell you what annoy me more, losing fucking 4-0. We go on and win the next two. We're in the Test Championship. We're all good. Things are okay.
As opposed to a 4-0 humping.
As opposed to a 4-0 humping where nothing happens. I like seeing India playing like shit in their own backyard. Like, I can't imagine how fucking difficult that pitch must be to play on.
Can I remind you of an old cricket adage, Tom?
Yep.
Now, it's not verbatim, this adage, but it's the essence of it is there. You can't judge a pitch until you've batted on it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm seeing India 5 for 58. Kuhneman getting into his work. Lyon getting into his work.
Lyon turned that thing fucking...
He's turning it a country mile in the old.
Country mile being longer than a real mile.
Well, a country mile, punters and dribblers, in the Australian definition of it, significantly longer than 1.6 kilometres, 1 mile in the old.
Yes.
Because what you'll find is that country miles span on forever.
Yes.
Because in the country, nothing's close.
Well, so you just go a couple of miles.
Yeah. Which could be, that's probably 20, 30 Ks.
Yeah. Maybe
right?
a 6-day trip.
But he fucking got it moving. And he got it turning a mile. My concern, Tom, off the back of what we're seeing here, Kuhneman Lyon going to work.
Toddley Murphy into the attack.
Toddley coming on. Lyons heir apparent, so they say.
Kuhneman looking pretty good.
Also, don't hate a bloke bespectacled in the side.
Well, listen, thick goggles thick as they come. Doesn't look too smoggy either in India, which is nice, and maybe that's why we're playing well. But this is a very specific thing I'm noticing here. That, like, like those rubber bracelets that everyone wears for causes and shit? That used to?
As opposed to a power band, which gave you special strength.
Yeah, well, it made you, like, be able to be twisty. Oh, that's not a great first-up delivery. Which made you, like, be able to turn more. Yeah, he's just got one where it's like a cause, like fucking live strong, whatever the hell it has to be. Yeah. Barlow. Who the fuck wears them anymore? Like, in terms of things to get this to get around a cause, they to me just seem very old hat.
Was the Live Strong band, Valet, replaced by the DP filter?
Oh, which was like, I stand with Ukraine.
Insert cause here.
Yeah, potentially. I think that clearly not, because fucking Toddley Murphy's still wearing it. That's
but Toddley's old school.
Is he? He's fucking like 8
if
years
he's
old.
wearing one, Tom.
Well, but I'm trying to work out if it's still going, or is he just is he like...
When was the last time you saw one legitimately, other than Toddley Murphy?
English people wearing?
No, they wear coloured band. They wear like I've fucking travelled to Byron and shit.
Yeah.
That's
they
not
do
the same thing.
No, but they also wear the rubber ones, dude. I'm telling you, I noticed this shit.
You do notice this thing. You've got an eye for this weird shit.
I can tell you an English person, even though, like, on the face of it, and I'm talking, they don't have to just be Anglo-English, because obviously I know that, a many varied cultural hot pot is the United Kingdom.
Well,
and
it's multinational.
Whatever.
Is that the word?
I don't know, dude. But if I'm
multicultural.
I said that. If I am looking at a group of dudes walking down the street, I can tell if they're English or Australian with probably like 85 to 90% efficiency. And it's down purely to like what they're. It's not like this person looks Chinese. It's purely down to hairstyle, clothing choice, bracelets, and shoes.
Burn.
And no, because
not always.
You can be a tanned pom, but your attire gives it away like that. And I'm not saying you're wearing like an England fucking jumper or something stupid. I can just tell.
Obviously, English jumpers probably rule them out for selection, right?
Well, because it's obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is obvious. And so I would tend to agree with you. I think that the English, and again, I'm generalising here, proponents of the waxed chest.
Waxed chest, shaved legs.
Scared of hair?
Well, lots of fades. Lots of fades on their heads of hair.
But like...
body, I think it's like a bit of a fucking... They like to look shiny and muscly.
Again...
But again, they're not all... Some of them are dumpy fat fucks. And I mean this with love to our English friends. Because you get that everywhere,
Hey, we love our English friends. We're not going in hard on the palm.
Although you lost to New Zealand the other day, sucked in.
You did. In a great test, by the way, but
was.
you did lose it. So just marinating that for a moment. I'm merely saying that of the English people I've met in my travels, Tom, in my time, sort of meandering across Mother Earth.
Yeah.
I don't think I've come across good, honest, strong, true chest hair on a pom.
I'd say that's pretty fair. And you can...
Pierce Brosnan, probably the last
He's
great...
Welsh. He's Welsh.
There we go.
Yeah, he's Welsh.
There we go.
Daniel Craig, smooth.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Daniel Craig, who was a terrific Bond, but let's not get away from the fact that he was bald from the eyebrows down.
Yeah, he was. Dude, like, eyebrows down.
Eyebrows down.
You know how there's like, do you remember that thing
if
in the
he
Northern
didn't
Territory,
get, if he
$1 million
didn't,
fish?
yes.
Where it's like, if you catch a fish in the Northern Territory that's tagged, you win $1 million. They had something with Daniel Craig, whereas if you could find a single hair on his cock, you would win $1 million. And
bucks.
people would line up and go through it and try and find it. There wasn't a thing.
If he didn't get his arsehole lasered, I'm not here.
No, that thing got lasered.
He lasered his bumhole, 100%.
Which is a confronting conversation to have with the doctor, right? Or a laser clinic, just going in there and going, hey, listen, can you wax me? Can you laser me freckle?
I tell you what would be confronting, Tom, is if... So you're Daniel Craig, right?
I'm not, but
like, let's say you are.
Okay.
Like, how would you rate your work on the job? Like, are you like an average
root
shagger? Do you know what I mean? Like, would you say that you're fucking first team all state?
Are you asking how I am as a fuck, or are you asking if I was Daniel Craig?
No, but
how would I be?
What I'm trying to get to is one day you're Daniel Craig, the next you're James Bond, right? And automatically
you have to be able to
root.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure.
No, it is a lot of pressure.
I was merely suggesting. Let's say you're a 7, give you a 7. You got to go to a 10 tomorrow if you're to become James Bond.
Yeah. Well, you got to step things all the way up from both looks. He was a good-looking guy though.
I think looks were covered. Thus the job. Thus the job. But
he's saying a 7 in the chonging department.
Yes.
And he's got to go all the way to 10. I guess if you're like a famous person generally, like a hot dude, I'm going to just say hot dudes here, because the illusion, that's got to be Plum.
Give him. Fucking give him.
Fuck.
Dog.
Are we reviewing that? He was a long way out. They're looking up now. Can we get Smudge's old baggy green back, please? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, we're looking. Nice. I tell you what, for a man that appeals with such gusto as the GOAT, Nathan Lyon, he seems to get fucking turned back a lot.
He gets narbrad a lot. I wonder if it's because, and if you're watching on YouTube, he does the hand flip. Like he's trying to summon it.
Is it too much?
Yeah, it might be. Like, you don't maybe want to try and summon it. You just got to turn and scream.
But I like how he gets down.
I like it.
But it doesn't seem
Here
to
we
work
go.
for him.
Grips it, rips it. Nice turn. Plum.
How do you go up?
I'm probably not far off, but I'm probably more just arms straight up.
Are you turn and look? Or are you down?
I'm turn and look. And maybe one arm as well. Like,
so you turn and you look, one hand up, or do you knee it like Gaz?
I don't think I knee it. I think that maybe he's going down leg. He's a long way out of the
And
crease.
what are you yelling?
Huzzah! Give it, you dog.
It's more just a
hitting in line. Yeah, too much turn.
It's one of the great rules in cricket that if you don't appeal, not out.
I do like that. Laws, Eddie, not rules.
Laws, you're right.
Now, Daniel Craig.
Yep.
Or just hot famous dudes. Because if you're like, say, Ed Sheeran, right, and you get famous, I don't think anyone expects you to be able to be good in bed. If you are, it's a nice surprise.
Because of his looks.
Yes. No, I'm sorry, Ed. Like, just generally,
Do you
right?
think that, so you're suggesting that there is an absolute 100% correlation between being hot and being able to fuck?
No, I don't. I think that's just the perception.
Oh, no, you're saying there's an expectation.
Yeah. Like, if I'm a chick, right?
Yep.
If I'm a hot bird.
Yep.
And
you bet a 10.
I bet a Daniel Craig.
You would expect to get taken to Pound
I would
Town.
expect that it's Daniel Craig, so I'm expecting to just get fucked.
Yeah.
And then if he's no good.
Dent the headboard stuff.
Yeah. Night of Passion.
Yeah.
In some fucking, Maldivian bure where I'm just getting shot.
Yeah. Like in the Bahamas under a fan with the windows open and the drapes flowing.
The fucking crystal blue water lapping up at the fucking back deck.
And Daniel Craig's having his way with you.
Just pumping me. I'd expect that.
Well,
And
you
then
want that.
You want that. I get in there if he's awkward, he's not commanding the room,
Yeah.
you know, not commanding the space.
If he's not standing to attention.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
listen, if you can't get a boner, I don't even think that's just disappointing no matter who you are. I'd be disappointed if Ed Sheeran couldn't get hard, right? Again, were I in the position of being of banging either of them.
Yep.
So performance issues, I'm not so much referring to as like there's an expectation for me if I'm a woman and you're a hot, famous person that you're going to...
Or a man.
Or a man, but obviously I'm just thinking from a heterosexual perspective because that's where I swing.
That's where you play
Even
your
though
trade.
even though I'm being a woman in this scenario,
Yeah.
I would just expect to get absolutely pounded, right? Pounded out.
Yeah.
And
By a famous person.
by
Oh,
a
you're not looking to make love. You're looking to fuck.
yes. You don't want to make love?
No.
You don't want to make love.
No, you don't.
Late down the track, you might. You know what I mean? If you
yeah,
develop
but now-
a relationship,
But now we're talking
we get
about
that.
relationship.
And
we're
that's
talking
not
about,
what we're talking
No.
about. Fuck that.
No, I'm talking about
One night stand, power.
Take me in the
passion.
shit up.
Yeah. Okay, dunny work.
you know what I mean?
I do, but I don't know that like dunny work's a little bit more leaguey. You know what I mean? Like dunny work's your Dylan Brown.
Well, listen, yeah, but
It's at a
okay,
pub.
sure.
I'm talking about a Maldivian beret.
yeah, right. But that's like mega fame stuff.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, you know,
If Dylan Brown doesn't give me a good night, I'm not fucking. I mean, I'm disappointed, obviously.
I
but
guarantee
I'm
you're
not-
disappointed.
But I'm not like. I'm not putting Dylan Brown. I'm not expecting.
A lot
Dylan
of
to
people,
be
a
as
lot of
good
people
as-
out there would prefer Dylan Brown to Daniel Craig.
Maybe
right?
present day Daniel Craig, but Daniel Craig blue shorts and James Bond, different story.
Different story. Unless you're a big Parramatta fan.
Sure, and I'm not, and I know that a lot of our audience are. I'm just saying, if you're a 10 and you're like a Hollywood star or a musician, and
There is an expectation you can work.
If Post Malone doesn't give me an orgasm, I'm not shocked.
You're not shocked by that.
No.
Too many darts.
Yeah, but like, yes, too many darts, but also.
Well,
like,
I just don't know if he's got
Stamina.
the stamina,
Yeah.
the capacity to
to make love, not make love, to fuck me.
for just to put in the work.
Yeah, to put in the work.
To put in the work.
Yeah,
He seems, again, generalizing here, he seems more of a like
a sweater.
Yeah. Like he runs hot.
Runs hot, doesn't shower.
Well, runs hot needs a shower.
Doesn't though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden you're riding a sweaty mess.
Yeah, and it's like,
And it's not happening for you.
Nah,
I
and he's-
get that.
Listen, it's also like I imagine he'd have dirt under his fingernails, sort of a guy, you know?
I would assume so as well.
Yeah, like they're a bit too long. That's one of my fucking pet hates
Pet peeves, long fingernails.
on dudes,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes, I know what you're saying. So where I'm coming from is to circle back is that
To whatever we say.
is to merely pontificate around the idea that once you become famous and you are hot, and a lot of famous people are hot because fame sometimes equals hotness.
Well, I think that's what people are looking for. In
Well,
the
hotness
fame
equals
game.
fame, rather, is that there is an expectation, particularly if you're someone like Daniel Craig, that you need to be a 10 out of 10 shag.
Yeah.
And I reckon that sometimes, like, you got to be made of the right stuff because you can get serious performance anxiety off the back of that.
Yeah. And you got people throwing themselves at you. You know what I mean? Imagine Daniel. You tell me Daniel hasn't had like threesomes sort of galore.
Mate, Bukakis, bro.
Well, that's
He could if he wanted.
of course he could. And I think anyone kind of could if they wanted to, right? Like there's a subculture for everyone out there if you want to get bukkake. I don't know that that's necessarily the same thing though as like you're hot, you should perform. It's not like
Sure.
as soon as you become hot.
Maybe
it's
they're
like
not-
you
maybe
get
they're
in
not the same
fucking
thing. Maybe-
bukkake circles.
Maybe they're not the same thing.
No, probably not.
Point is, do you think Daniel stood up to the crease?
Yeah, I tell you what, like
you hear
do you think
stories-
Leo does?
Well, have you heard about Leo?
No, I'm sure he's a dirty birdie.
Well, apparently,
Allegedly.
so the rumor goes, punters and dribblers. And when you're told these things, it's always prefaced with, "Oh, my mate fucked him," so it's the good oil.
Yeah,
Apparently, he's
we're not reviewing this one, are we?
he puts the headphones on and listens to like loud fucking like rock music. Not rock music's probably not the right word, but like loud fucking music on the job
And a vape as well.
and pounds of vape.
Where'd you hear the vape thing from, Tobler? We don't have Dio Dave here today.
I heard a story, allegedly, that he was chonging a bird on a boat, and I think he was on his back and she was on top, and then he put his noise-cancelling headphones on, pulled out his vape, and was just like, oh, just keep going, like, I'll just chill.
Noise-cancelling headphones. How bizarre.
Now, I don't know if this
I'm
is
not
like...
kink shaming.
I don't know if this is like a Richard Gere
Gerbil
gerbil situation,
situation.
which I can confirm nor deny. I don't know if it's sort of like taken on a life of its own, this rumour, but that's the Leo one.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Weird.
But the thing about Leo is he'd have so many runs on the board that maybe at a certain point you go, it's all about me.
We are brought to you by the one and only Neds, the best betting app in town. Rugby League is back, which means
Same game multis.
Multis. I was one word behind you there, but I think people understood what we were saying.
We were out of sync, but I at least am in sync with Neds.
Same game multis is obviously just, it's just a fun way to bet on rugby.
You know
league.
what it's like, Tom? You know what same game multi? A same game multi is to punting like French butter is to bread.
Or to the baguette. Let's just say the baguette, because French butter baguette. But also,
you know what I mean?
Spaghetti to the meatball.
To the meatball. To the spag bowl.
To the spag bowl.
Same game multis are the meatballs, baby.
The ham and cheese to the toasty.
Yes, Tom. Yes. With a beautiful a cheese on there, just a glorious French cheese.
Lovely cheese. Now,
some pickles, baby.
Oh, well, pickle sauce.
About? Pickle sauce.
Shout out to pickle sauce. I wonder how many ham and cheese toasties you've had in your life.
Hundreds.
Not the point.
No, it's not the point. The point is Ned's is the best in town. And betting with them is like eating the greatest ham and cheese toast you've ever had. That's what we're saying.
If you enjoy ham and cheese toasties responsibly, of course, which we do, you don't want to be gluttonous and overindulge on ham and cheese toasties.
One a day.
Which is gambling. So gamble responsibly if you are going to have a punt during this rugby league season, during this rugby league week. But if you're doing it, do it with Neds. Now, if you need assistance with ham and cheese-based issues, I don't have a number for you. But if you do have any issues with gambling, Eddie, the number to call is
1-800-858-858.
Did you see the thing yesterday? I'm reticent to play it, but it got sent to me yesterday about the rumor about in New Zealand.
As in English, former English.
Yeah, is he a
Tessa.
coach currently?
Well, he's over there. Maybe he's doing some media work though.
Is there a way that we could put this in and you just bleep out every time they say his name and the time I just said it then?
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it. And this is about then you can just bleep his name so I'm not.
Yeah, cool.
Does that make sense? Or is that still too scat? He's not doing anything illegal.
What is it? I don't know what it is.
All right, listen up. For fuck's sake.
I've got a very funny cricket story for you. So one of my friends out here is currently travelling in New Zealand at the moment, and her and her friend who she's travelling with went out in Wellington last night, and they went to this bar. They'd had her and her friend have had a couple of drinks, and they walk into this bar where there's live music, and this guy comes over to them, and he's basically like, hey, do you want to come join us? And it basically turns out it's this England coaches team, cricket team, coach team. I don't really know what it is. And is there, and what basically transpires is he invites the girls over to their hotel and is like, oh, I'm going to get you your own hotel room, because they're in a camper van, so they don't have a toilet and a shower and stuff. And he was like, so you can use the shower, use the toilet, blah, blah, blah. Turns out was lying. he was very much still in their room. They ordered room service, and her and Kate, my friends Katie and Tash, were ordering like wine and smoked salmon and like beef pies because they were paying for it. And basically, after like half bottle of red wine, he gets into bed, and basically my friend fucked him. And I don't even know if I should be telling you this. So basically she has sex with she's my age and he's, I think, 46. And then obviously, so her friend is in the room and she was just like, absolutely not, I'm leaving. So she fucks off for a bit, comes back in, they're finished, and then like, oh, I really want to stay. Can I stay in between you guys? So he like gets into the bed in between them, and they were like, you need to go now. And then he was like, no, please, it'd make my evening. And Katie was literally sat there like, I've literally just fucked you. Like, how would this make your evening? So he gets in the middle of them. And then he basically apparently like has like a more or less like a 2-hour wang. When he finally finishes, he gets up at like 5:30 and just leaves. And he gave them free tickets to like whatever match was on yesterday.
Oh my God.
And then they were like, yeah, we're gonna come like watch you guys play, we're gonna come to the game, whatever. So he requests them on Instagram this morning and was like, hey, did you guys get in okay to the game? But yeah, I just thought you'd enjoy that.
Isn't that fucking wild? If true, obviously that's just like a fucking
2-hour wait.
That's one of those ones you get on WhatsApp where you like been forwarded many times. So just bleep the guy's name and whenever I said it beforehand. But isn't that fun? Dude, a 2-hour wank.
Oh my God.
That sounds
His
more...
dick could be cut up and shit.
But he's already been on the job and then goes for a 2-hour wank. That's got to be one of the more...
But what, like, are they lying there in silence? Like, you know what
just
I mean?
Like shaking around in the bed, like
grunting and shit. Like, what's going on?
you'd be laying awake like this, like...
Wrap it up now.
Yeah, can we finish? Of course it's taking 2 hours, bro. You just blew a load. You're 46.
Can we wrap it up? Can we wrap it up, please?
I'm done here. It's sexual kinks, the legal persuasion.
Which that was.
Correct. Look at Smudge moving the wings around, spitting in his hands.
Love those glasses on Starkey, by the way.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, sexual kinks of the legal persuasion are bizarre. Like, they can just be so weird where it's just like, and I'm not knocking anyone for anything, right? But like getting off on feet.
I was about to say, what's your foot price?
What do you mean?
Well, so like obviously people pay for photos of feet, yeah?
Mm.
What would you sell photos of yours for?
Fucking, it would be about, could I be bothered as opposed to do I care? Like, as in,
Well, obviously, but you'd have a number.
if you would give me $100, but also like if one person's like, I'll pay you $100 for feet, for a photo of your feet, like it's not enough work. I need more work. You know what I mean? I need more interest. It's like, I don't want to just give one off like $100 foot photos. I need like lines out the door, and then $100 is easy for me. I just fucking, my feet are fucking gross, dude. I don't think people would like that.
But maybe there's someone out there that does.
there
I
is.
don't understand the foot fetish thing, generally speaking. I don't know what sells at the market, so to speak.
Yeah.
What's a foot connoisseur looking for?
Like in Game of Thrones, the most recent one, when that dude with the club foot and he's like starts beating his meat to the queen's feet. That rhymed. It was done intentionally.
It did. But I don't know, $100 to some fucking weirdo.
Well, I'm not in it. Oh, is that another wicket? No. I'm not in the photo,
No, you're not in the photo.
so I don't give a shit.
That's true. So you go $100 and just try and fucking play the volume game. Is that what you say?
Yeah, but I mean, also, if I've got if I've got a big audience,
Yeah.
they're all getting the same photo on my foot, like my feet, right?
Yeah, it's not bespoke stuff. Well, bespoke, it attracts a higher fee.
Yeah, of course it does. Do I like do different sort of themes, like my feet on holidays?
Yeah, I think so.
My feet in the sand.
I think you bejewel them
yeah,
as well.
Exactly. My foot with like
Little toe rings.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that, right? Because I also want to stay true to my feet.
You would, yeah, but like I think that if you started making money, I think your feet would get pretty high on their own supply, and I think they'd look to get bejeweled.
Well,
right?
okay, if I'm going to go down the sort of like paint my toenails, ankle bracelet sort of shit.
Like if your feet got famous, right? I think they'd take on a life of their own.
Well, they might, but then they're going to start demanding a higher price as well because I'm not going to put in that sort of work for nothing. For $100, you fucking
No, I completely agree. I'm just saying. If
Do I need to go and get pedicures and shit?
100%. If the money's coming,
But again, what's like? I want my feet to make money being themselves, not being something they're not.
I just think that fame changes people and feet.
Money changes people and feet. Listen, I would happily indulge that if it made my feet prettier, because my toenails are fucked.
You ever thought about getting a pedicure?
It wouldn't make a difference. It's not what's lacking on my feet. It's that
It was just a question.
no, I haven't. Or a manicure. If I was going to get either one, it'd be a pedicure, I think.
Would you ever put your feet in those like fish baths?
Did I tell you what happened to me at the massage the other day?
No.
And it's just so everyone knows, it was a massage, not a wristy.
Right. Well, you can have both, right?
Yeah, no, of course. I've got no beef with
You
it.
didn't get a happy ending.
I didn't get a happy ending. No, I didn't. This was pre my new undies, which I'd spoken about.
Which you were glowingly.
I had some particularly holy undies. I forgot what I was doing. I was just on, and I went down there.
How holy?
Bad, bro. Like all the way to the asshole.
Why'd you bother putting them on?
Listen,
What do you get out of them?
So my dick and balls were covered, but it was real asshole hole. So like if you were to look at it, you'd be like, okay, I can see straight through the cheeks and hair.
Yes.
Anyway,
So they were in bad shape.
they
those.
were, and I was aware of it, and I was trying.
Well,
I was aware of it once I got there, and I went,
Of
oh,
course
no.
you're aware of it. There's not...
No, but as in like I'd forgotten I had them on, got down there, was like, holy fuck. And so I kept trying to like pull from the areas where there was still fabric and just like, Toddley.
Toddley Murphy.
We
one
paused
for
that
4,
story.
baby.
Virat, catch ya, bruh. Is he going to review it? Surely.
Come on, piss
yeah,
off.
He reviewed it.
We reviews everything.
I think we wait for this review
Listen,
and then I get back into my masseuse story.
Dior isn't here today. I'd like to know how many times Virat Kohli has just walked. Like, has he ever?
I mean,
I know he's a big wicket, but that
Turn too much.
He's going down leg. That's annoying. That's hit him in line with the leg, and it's drifting. Not good.
middle and leg drifting. I mean, do we need to look at the inside ultra edge? Like the image clearly shows the cunt is nowhere
It's
near
so
the ball.
clear. Oh, do you want to get a hotspot as well, or
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing? Get on with it.
Come on.
Get on with it.
Come on. Clip the bails. Clip the stumps.
Is it pitch? Yep.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
I'm not too mad at this yet, Eddie. Yes,
Bang.
Toddley. Fuck yes. Sucked in Virat.
To the naked eye, it looked like it was doing a lot
Yeah,
more.
it did. Maybe Toddley doesn't turn it as much. Look, I haven't Kerneman, Lion, they get a bit of turn going.
They do.
Anyway, so hole right across the main street.
Yep.
Couldn't fix it. Nothing I could do. But there's a certain point in the massage where you roll over into your back and they pick up your leg and they drive your leg back into you like this.
So you got a towel on, right?
Dude,
No towel.
not at this point. That towel has to come off. Like the towel's folded up so they can push it. Because this chick's like on the table.
So the towels come back.
This towel's come back. I'm in my undies.
Yep.
And she's having to be on the table and like pushing my leg back because she's trying to give me like a really good stretch. And I am like sweating bullets I'm like, this poor woman. Like, what a job to have to do where I come in like a fucking idiot with holy undies. And she's basically like folding me in this way, basically just going, this absolute monster.
If you were her and you had to paint a picture of what she saw, what's out and about? Do you think the whole show's there?
Well, it's like your gooch.
Yep.
And my cheeks are obviously pressed quite tightly together. She's not opening my ass.
So, but she's probably getting gooch,
Asshole.
asshole,
like ass
and
cheeks
the
bum
bottom of
hair.
the sack.
Yeah. Bottom of the sack, gooch.
Yep.
Asshole inference.
Yep.
And lots of hair.
Yep.
And
That's a lot.
I couldn't look at her when
Of
I
course
left.
you couldn't, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Dude. I was.
You should be ashamed
I
of
was,
yourself.
and I was
no
on the
way to carry
mate.
yourself.
I was on the native seeds as well, so I was hyper aware of what I was doing.
Oh my God!
And I just walked out head down. Like
did you ever have a thought of going, listen? I'm here. I've been here before. I know what move's coming next. We'll skip that one.
Look, it wasn't cheap, so I let it go. I let it go. It was play on. Do you know what I think? I was like, surely this isn't the worst experience she's ever had. Like, there would be some people at your
Well,
massage.
there'd be. Oh, he's got it doing a bit.
Fucking, that was quick.
Listen, there'd be people that go down there, like bearing their souls, so to speak.
Well, I just also see other people that go in there, and it's like and again, I'm looking at this through like the prism of my own, I guess, hang-ups, right? My own, concerns. Like, I couldn't think of anything worse than rubbing my hands all over strangers' bodies.
No, it's not. It's not for me.
Let alone, like, obviously my situation was very unfavourable for the poor lady who was massaging me. But if you had there'd be some dirtier folk than I rolling in there. And that, to me, was the only saving. It was the thing I was telling myself. It could
Is
be
that
worse.
what was saving you?
Well,
so you are like...
I was like, it could be worse. I know I fucked up here, but it could be worse.
Yeah, that's what got you through.
Yeah.
As you digested a gummy and you were bearing your fucking junk to this poor lady. That I could be uglier.
Not even uglier.
And
It's not
dirtier.
about uglier. It's about dirtiness. Like, this could be, like rashy, who knows what people had got on them, you know what I mean? It was just like, dude, I just was,
They could be filthy.
yes, they could be Post Malone.
Did you feel more or less stressed afterwards than before you went in?
Oh, dude, afterwards was kind of the worst bit. Well, when I was in the moment, I was also laughing in my head. I was like, this is so fucking embarrassing. And, like, there's nothing I can do about it. Then when I was leaving, though, it was like sort of shame. So I just put my head down and walked out. Thank you. And I'm like, this poor woman. Like, they all hang out the back and talk. I'm like, I bet you this woman's like, that
Oh, yeah.
scumbag.
I think people sometimes believe that, like, there's no chatter going on.
Mate.
There's chatter.
I may as well have been an arseless chaps.
The way you're carrying yourself, you may as well just have, like, a little sack holder.
Yeah, seriously. Just something that goes around the waist and you like
Yeah.
a little pouch for my dick and my balls.
A little pouch.
Yeah,
Which is all you really need.
depending on what you're doing.
Well, depending on the fabric of the pant around you.
Yeah,
Like
but I guess
the primary function is to hold the boys up.
yes, absolutely. But then also the benefit of, say, a step one, not an ad, is to separate the legs.
The thigh.
The thigh.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
And if you've just got a little dick pouch, then
The legs
are rubbing hot.
Well, they're left to their own devices.
Yeah, well, you
and
might
they'll run
start
hot.
a scrub fire in your pants.
What's happened? I'm sure it has. I'm sure it's happened countless times. Updating the cricket, and it's not live, so it's going to mean absolutely
No,
nothing.
it'll mean
to
nothing.
you is
And-
71 for 6.
And also apologies to people who are just like driving, then we out of the blue scream when something looks like it's happening. So apologies, but it is what it is. Tonight, when you're listening to this, bit of rugby league on, Ed.
Well, we're back, baby.
We're back.
The boys
We
are back.
Fucking back. Storm v the Eels on KO, obviously. 8 games, ad-free on KO. If you're not fucking there, you're not a smart human. That's an objective statement of fact.
Ask yourself this. Why wouldn't you tune in?
On KO.
Why wouldn't you?
Because you're dumb.
Because you're an idiot.
Yep.
And you don't get it.
Yep. That's all I'd say. But I'm just happy, bro. I'm happy that rugby league is back. I was sitting in my bed Tuesday night, and I was going through the bets I was going to do this weekend, responsibly, of course, and same game multis, looking at the teams. I was in bed, and I had the lights were off. Steph was asleep. I had my headphones in. I had NRL 360, also on KO, and then followed by the Matty Johns Cooper Cronk podcast.
Which I also doubled up on that. Great stuff.
Straight into it. Had that playing. Then I'm going through, doing my bets, and then I'm like, those finish. I whack on Kempy in the the Guru and Timmy and get stuck into that. Like, I was just mainlining rugby league content. Now, obviously, as the season goes on, my ability to consume copious amounts of rugby league content, it does dwindle to some degree, but this is like the Goldilocks zone of just absolutely bathing in this shit. And tonight, we get to complete.
We get to complete. We're doing a live stream.
We are doing a live stream tonight. I forgot about that.
With Kempy.
Hello Sport.
Fucking come check it out. It's going to be an absolute hoot. We're going to have a great time. I think that the reason that I've craved rugby league, Tom, and I've given this a great deal of thought because I wanted to unpack my feelings, is that I crave the structure that rugby league provides me. It provides certainty around my life that Thursday night I get footy.
Yep.
Friday night I get footy. Saturday Arvo into Saturday night I get footy.
Times 3.
Sunday Arvo into Sunday evening I get football.
Times 2.
Origins, it's sprinkled into the mix. But if you're looking at 8 games of rugby league across 4 glorious days, Tom, that only leaves 3 days without rugby league. It just provides structure to my life that cricket, quite frankly, can't provide nor needs to.
Well, the cricket time of the year is a structure-free time of the year.
Which is why it doesn't need to provide structure. It's not in any position to provide structure because it doesn't need to. Because I don't know what fucking day it is when the clocks turn to December, the calendars reach December, and then they flow into January. I don't care what fucking day it is.
Or what time of the day it is.
It doesn't matter.
I'm floating in and out of the room, or I'm on the phone, or I've got shit to do, and I've just got the cricket on the background.
I'm at the beach. I'm on my back. I'm horizontal as fuck. We know the fucking drill, punters and dribblers. We know the drill. But that's not how I live my life February to October. I need structure in those months. And I haven't had it, Tom. And quite frankly, I'm going half fucking mad.
Yes.
But with Rugby League back tonight, punters and dribblers, structure comes back into my life and I'm whole once more.
Yep.
Now, if you don't come and tune into our live stream tonight, you're a fucking loser. Know that. Like if you
sounds like we're being very confrontational. That's because we are.
But no, all I'm saying is, like, if you've got something better to do, in inverted quotation, that's commas, quotation, whatever. That's on you, right? But if you've got nothing to do and you choose not to tune in, you're a loser. That's all I'm saying.
That is on you.
It's on you. Kemp, you'll be in, the Liver King. We'll be having a fucking great time, dandy time, fun time.
Yeah, and we're looking to do these every Thursday, so, it just continues.
It continues. The content rolls out. The content machine is in
full swing.
It's in full swing, Tom. I think that tonight the Eels can hold off the Storm.
I'm on Eels. I'm on the Eels. You know what? I'm on the Eels. People often think I hate the Eels. Not true. I just call it as I see it.
What's the hold up with Mitchell and his deal?
I think they'll probably announce it pre-kickoff. They were even saying that. I was listening to SEN. They were saying like maybe even today, maybe even Wednesday. So this may happen because this is a Wednesday podcast.
I don't believe we've got any updates.
No, we haven't. But surely before kickoff, they were saying that because Isaac Moses is his cousin and his manager, and I think it was Andrew Webster saying this, that like he likes to draw out every fucking second of like, right up to the Y, get every little deal he possibly can, every I dotted and T crossed and all that shit. Like,
it's how he operates.
Squeeze. He likes to squeeze.
Squeeze a deal.
Yeah.
I can't help but respect a deal squeezer.
I get it. I certainly get it. You and I, we squeeze our own deals.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. But
I think that you and I have still got room to improve on our squeezing.
Oh, mate, I think we can improve our squeeze for sure.
I mean, imagine 20, 30, 40 years of squeezing. How fucking...
And you're doing not just that, but squeezing for multiple players, different scenarios of squeezing, you know what I mean? Like...
Well, a squeeze here is not necessarily a squeeze there, Tom.
Or a squeeze down here. So, to have someone on your side...
Like a squeeze around front's different to a squeeze around the back.
Correct. Or a squeeze
Or a squeeze up top.
So...
Think about that.
Yeah. Think about that when you watch Rugby League tonight, punters and dribblers.
Think about
squeezing.
Different forms of squeezing.
Yep.
Now, Craig Bellamy has announced again that this is his last season. I feel like he says this every year. Am I
It's certainly spoken about every year.
Am I correct in saying that he sort of alludes to the fact that he's not going to coach every year? Or is this more he's drawn a line in the sand and he's actually said, I'm not fucking coaching next year?
Well, Cooper Cronk was like, this is the first time I've ever seen him come out and actually say, like, yeah, I'm pretty much fucking done.
He's not that young.
Nah, is he 60 yet? He looks good.
I think he's well into his 60s.
He's 63.
There you go. Did you, Tobler, get anywhere? Earlier I did request, as I look at our new plants starting to die already, Toby.
Well, they got brown at the end.
That's what I'm saying.
They're being watered every day.
Well, are you? Where's? Are you? We fucking put you through the herpetologist school to.
Do these need sun? Is that what the boys need?
Potentially.
Well, listen.
I know that you're a producer of a podcast. You're also going to need to be a gardener.
Did you take? How are the ferns that you took home?
They're not doing too bad. They haven't taken off.
That's got to be plum now.
Come
Come
all the
on.
other leaves, but Jenny's looking after it. So
Okay. Listen, we need more from you. Is the long and the short of it. And I don't like looking up and seeing brown.
Yeah. No.
any landscapers reach out with advice.
Listen, if you're a fucking palmologist,
or
a fernologist, or are these palms?
gardener.
or a fiddle leaf,
or also our fiddle leaf, which Tobler keeps going, oh, there's no proper pot for it. I'm like, mate, water that fucking thing, and if water comes out the bottom of it, you know what? Just sponge it up.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Suck it up.
Tom, if you were referring to the you guys being in sync,
Yes.
so much lately. So UTS.
I think you say UTI. I was like, no.
No, not quite. UTS did a study a couple of years ago where they kept an eye on couples and really close friends and stuff like that, and found that because they'd spent so much time together, they kind of were in tune with each other's behavior and acts and could pick up on cues, etc. But they also tracked their brain activity, and there was a point before moments happen where you might say the same thing and your brain activity and your nervous system are in sync, pulsing at the exact same time. So it's like if you spend enough time with someone, you'll learn all their cues and stuff like that, but then you'll have these weird sixth sense moments where your brain, your nervous system is kind of in sync with the other person.
So what you're saying is that we're becoming one. Is that what you're saying?
This is like a singularity.
I think so.
A symbiosis?
Symbiosis. Like we did one before, we were sending a video, and it I don't know if that was maybe the most synced we've been, just in a moment.
But it was like a bang into a bang.
Yeah, it was a bang into a bang. It wasn't just a one-off.
It wasn't just a bang, which would be a jinx.
all said, it wasn't a jinx, buy me a Coke. It was like, we're super glued together after that.
But it was also delivery.
Yeah. Tone,
Really?
cadence.
Pitch, tempo, weird shit. Really fucking weird shit. Now, if you... So, 82 for 7, we're fucking humping these losers. If you like your rugby league and you live on the peninsula and you like Saturday afternoons and you like the 3 p.m. time slot, in my opinion, it's the best it's the best of the weekend.
Yeah.
And you like rugby league played under the glorious blue sky that the peninsula provides with sun that won't quit, why don't you come to the fucking Seagulls versus Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Because I've got an inkling deep within my sack that the Seagulls go out there and put on one of the great humpings that the rugby league world has ever seen, Tom.
Yeah.
I see tries aplenty. I see the Bulldogs come crashing back to earth after a couple of big signings.
Uh-huh.
And I see people starting to bet big on Manly to win the comp.
Yeah. I like it, dude. I like it. In fact, I love it. I love it. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for the rugby league to be back. I'm just happy, mate. You know, I'm just happy. It's still a bit of daylight savings, but I'm also looking forward to winter. This is the beauty of life, man. I've had summer. I'm fucking over it now, to be honest. I look to wear pants most days and go, you still can't, buddy.
You still can't. You still got to be in your shorts.
You got to be in your shorts.
I can't wait to get back into tracksuit pants all the time.
Yeah.
Just been really comfortable all the time.
Just trackies.
Super comfortable all the time.
But I'm also like not against the idea of just wearing a shirt, not like a dinner suit, unless I'm out with Ned Brockman, but just like
what type of shirt?
just like a nice fucking shirt, like a linen shirt or a
Right.
bloody, a flannel. I don't know, but like
We are entering what's commonly referred to as HD season
yes, we are.
because the lights and the definition
Autumnal afternoon light.
is so crispy in autumn. It's actually fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
The days you get in autumn are world class.
Yes.
And I forget that every time I come into autumn. I'm shocked by how elite the days are.
Yeah, autumn's world class.
Absolutely fucking elite days in Sydney in autumn. Pump for that, Tom.
Yeah.
Absolutely pump for it. Pump for more days on the hill. Pump for rugby league. Pump to be back with me, mate. Doing what I love. Pump for the punter and the dribbler. Pump for the live stream tonight.
Just pumped.
Just pump.
So Liam Brennan, I present to you Hello Sport, a love story with a little help from AI. We've always known these boys love.
Read it out properly.
Yeah, I will. Well, let's just see how long it is. Okay, we're all right. This is by ChatGPT. Tom and Eddie had been co-hosting their sports podcast for years, sharing their love for all things sports with their loyal listeners. But little did they know, a different kind of love was slowly blooming between them. It started with small gestures, like Tom bringing Eddie his favourite coffee on recording days, or Eddie staying up late to help Tom prepare for their next episode. They laughed and joked together, sharing stories of their lives outside of the podcast. As time went on, their conversations became deeper and more intimate. They talked about their hopes and dreams, their fears and insecurities. They realised they had a deep connection, one that went beyond their shared passion for sports. One day, after a particularly emotional conversation, Tom looked at Eddie and said, "I think I might be in love with you." Eddie's heart skipped a beat, and he knew he felt the same way. They started dating in secret at first, afraid of how their listeners and colleagues might react. But as they grew more comfortable with their relationship, they began to share their love with the world. Their listeners were surprised at first, but soon realised that Tom and Eddie's love for each other only strengthened their love for sport. They continued to tune in, eager to hear their favourite co-hosts banter and debate. Another wicket?
No. Replay.
Tom and Eddie's love story proved that sometimes the best kind of love is the one you least expect. They were grateful for each other and the community they had built around the podcast. And they knew that they would continue to grow and thrive together for years to come.
Well, isn't that nice?
Isn't that lovely?
Isn't that a sweet, sweet story?
That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
That's really good. And, not far from the truth.
It's not worlds away.
It's not worlds away. And it also just seemed, it's funny timing because we were just talking about how we're basically so inside each other's heads right now. Not in each other's arseholes yet, though.
Not in each, or mouths.
Or mouths. Yet.
Yeah, well, listen, if the story's anything to go off, we sort of, it materialises over time.
Over time, right? We got to realise.
We've got to share our insecurities and our joys and
Yeah,
our deepest, darkest secrets.
Then
And we've got to reach it organically.
Yeah.
And then I think that,
Exactly.
I believe
I open up first.
you're emotional and
Well, yeah, I tell you that I'm starting to feel some shit.
Yeah, and then my heart skips a beat, which I don't think would be great for you biologically.
No, I think that'd actually be quite bad for you.
I think you'd be
That
on the
might
blow
be
to
it.
your cardiologist.
That might be, hopefully it's got nothing to do with the vaccine.
You might need to get a stint.
Is that like
Or a stent.
Stent, not a stint. You'd have a stint in hospital to
get a stent. Yeah.
There you go, in each other's heads. But ChatGPT, it got me thinking, we've been talking about this before, and we will do this, punters, dribblers, but also, you can do it yourself.
But also maybe someone do it for us.
Maybe someone do it for us, Liam Brennan. I want, Manly Seagulls play, Brad Parker as a man in Manly gear, but also, half man, half ant.
Yeah, because ChatGPT has got a illustration arm. I can't remember what it's
Buzz
called.
Rothfield as a Mayo man.
Yes. As depicted by AI.
Yes. A
Buzz
mayonnaise man.
As a mayonnaise man. So a man made of mayonnaise.
Well,
maybe.
whatever they fucking come up with. How does that? I don't know how you.
Buzz Rothfield as a mayonnaise man.
Yeah.
Right that.
See what
Brad
happens.
Parker as half man, half ant.
Josh Schuster as a legally blind rugby league player. I don't know what they'd do.
Listen,
with that. It's pretty
it
much already
might-
spot on. He already is that, right? So it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I know. It'd be like writing Ruben Garrick as the hottest player in the
What about
NRL.
Ruben Garrick with cheekbones